Hey guys, welcome to my home office. It is obviously a very different setting than where we last met a couple of videos ago. I was actually at my office out in Rockwall, but today I'm inviting you into my house. You can see it's very empty right now, right behind me. All you see is the floor and the white walls because we just moved out here fairly recently. And so we're working on decor and all of that stuff. So you'll see my office change a lot in the coming months or years as I'm doing this channel. So look forward to that in our future. So today we are going to be talking about something pretty personal with me, but I feel like today it is very important to discuss what I feel like is arguably the most important thing to discuss with your real estate professional. And this could make or break working with your real estate professional because we are going to be talking about the why. And I know some of you may be asking yourself,
What does that mean? The why?
Well, it's very simple actually. Today I will be talking to you about my why, which is why I got into real estate. The reason why everyone does the thing that they do because their why is the reason for doing it. Very simple, right? So I feel like that didn't need a lot of explanation, and today I wanted to welcome you into my world, onto what my why is. So to get started, my why comes from a very personal place, and it does need a little bit of a background as to where I came from, and that leads into the why. So it wasn't like I was a kid and I was thinking to myself,
Oh, I want to be a real estate agent when I grow up.
I was not a kid that did that. I don't know any kids that did that. But I was not like that. I actually grew up wanting to do a lot of things that were creative. I'm very, I guess you could say, right-brained. I really like exposing myself to different mediums of creativity. I wanted to be in animation at one point. I wanted to be in pastry for the rest of my life, and that was for 5 years. And then I had what you would say a quarter life crisis, which are very popular right now for people my age. And while I was dealing with that, I was also a first-time home buyer. I was so convinced that I wanted to be in pastry forever, and now that's not the case. So anyways, so I was in pastry for over 5 years, wanted to do it the rest of my life. Turns out I don't. It didn't make me happy anymore, and I didn't know what to do. That's very, very stressful. To put it lightly, it's an extremely stressful time in your life because not only are you having to deal with home buying and the amount of work that goes into selecting your perfect house, but you also have things in your life that you have to focus on too. So now you're juggling a bunch of things and your emotions are at an all-time high. At least for me, that was what happened. I had to realize just how emotionally taxing that was, and it wasn't pretty. I cried a lot of tears, I had a lot of heartache, and I thought I knew what I wanted, and then turns out I don't. And lo and behold, it took 6 months for me to find this home that both my husband and I absolutely love. But it wasn't at all the part where we had to submit the offer and nail biting at the inspection period and all of that stuff that was the hardest. It was the journey that was the hardest. It was those 6 months of just frustration. So I'm sure some of you are wondering,
Well, did you work with a realtor or real estate professional.
And I did, actually. I did work with a real estate professional, and she was fine. She was the one that showed us a lot of homes, but um it wasn't like I want to say she didn't do her job, because she did, but for me as a client, I wish I had someone emotionally lean onto during the house buying process, because I felt like even though I had my husband and I had a realtor who I was working with, I felt like I couldn't confide in anything. I just didn't feel right to really open up to the struggles I had home buying. It just clicked with me all of a sudden the moment that I closed on this house, and I thought, you know what? I want to be that agent who's not just transactional. I want to be the agent that actually genuinely helps her clients, who actually wants to be friends with my clients and wants to create a bond with my clients, because I felt like for me as a client, I wanted that bond so that I could open up to the struggles I had. And I felt like if I did have that relationship with my realtor, then I wouldn't have experienced so much frustration and heartache and headaches and just emotional highs at the time. And so that's what made me come to the conclusion. So the moment I realized it, I took my classes at breakneck speed. I left my old pastry gig. So the gist of it, I guess, I would say there are a lot of reasons for why I decided to be in real estate. I was tired of working in the kitchens and working late hours and not seeing my husband so much, and I don't see that for my future at all. I do want a family in the long run, and that's just not going to fly with me. And I wanted to try running my own business for something that I genuinely personally care about, because I lived through that. And I've lived through how frustrating it is to be house buying and feel like you're not going anywhere. I felt the frustrations and stress of looking at homes countless of times and feeling discouraged. It's so taxing on your emotions to go through disappointments over and over again. And the same thing could be said for selling. You're leaving a home that you might have been in maybe for as little as 2 years, a year, to over a decade. And no matter how you think of it, everyone thinks that the house that they're going to stay in, and what, at least once in their life, think that that's the forever home, and then something happens and now you have to leave it. And it's such an emotional time, and I understand that selling and buying homes is very high on emotions and frustrations and stress. And I wanted to be a change in that, because before I decided to become a realtor, I thought that all real estate professionals were the same. Being a real estate professional is not easy at all, but I feel like it's worth it if it means that I can help some of you, buyers and sellers alike, to relieve that stress. I want to be that emotional sponge for you so that you don't feel like you're alone. And it's very easy to make it feel like you're alone in a real estate transaction. And I want to not be the transactional agent. I want to be your agent. I want to be someone that you love to work with, that you could confide in all your worries when it comes to real estate and all the personal things that could affect your decision on buying or selling your home. It's a very emotional time, and I understand that. And so I believe that right now we have to go through a change in the real estate world to empathize, to learn how to essentially be human again, and to also be there for our clients for more than just being at the closing table, because I don't like that at all. It could even sound conceited to some of you to want to be a part of people's personal lives and make a difference. But if I don't try, then I could regret not ever trying it, and those people who would genuinely want my help would never have it if I didn't just take the leap and go for it. So, yeah, that's where my why is. I feel like it's a very personal job for me to be part of your lives, and I feel like it's such an honor for me for you to even consider me to be a part of an emotional part of your life, and I do not take that lightly at all. It's something that I take very seriously, and I want to be there for you, and because I know that I needed that when I was a first-time home buyer, and I want to be that way to people who need that. And I feel like a lot of clients, customers, need that more than some real estate professionals may think. And I want to be one of those first steps, or one of those unforgettable people in your life to help you through it. And I feel very strongly about that. So yeah, anyways, that's everything to get to know where I'm coming from as a realtor. I hope that you found it somewhat interesting and at least get to know a little bit about me, and that I could open up to you guys, because transparency is a thing for me. I want to be transparent and open to anyone who's curious. And if you have any comments, then please let me know. And if you are a business owner or you have a goal in life, I would love to know, and also attach your why to it too, because all of us are beautiful and different in all different ways, and we all have different goals, and that's what makes the world so beautiful sometimes, you know. And I would love to read about it. It's something that I'm very curious about with other people, because no two people are the same, and I really believe that, and I would like to get to know you guys a lot more. So leave all that stuff down in the comments. Make sure you do all the standard YouTube things. If you'd like, subscribe for our new videos every Friday, and leave a like if you found this video helpful or inspiring or anything at all, and share too if you think other people would like to listen to me talk. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to me and for joining me in my empty, echoey office. I promise that all of this will start getting decorated, but I mean, you'll see it as there are future videos. But this is the new setup for now, very plain, clean, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!